Your children matter too. The other day, I was talking to my daughter. She was going through something at school. And although I thought it was kind of petty, I was like, do I really have the time to sit and listen through this? But then I thought to myself, if a friend of mine had called me, wouldn't I have spent the time to listen to them, even though it was petty? When I saw my daughter crying, I kept praying in my heart and saying, Lord, please tell me what to say or help me to deal with this situation. I ended up listening to her and helped her to gave her some advice as to what I should say. Mind you, my daughter is only 10. Why am I saying this? Sometimes we tend to help people outside our families, even our children. We might push their needs aside and think it is too minute. It is too small. It is too insignificant. But does God push our feelings aside when we feel a certain way? When we feel sad, when we feel depressed, when we feel heartbroken, when we get upset, when we are so angry about something, does God push our feelings aside to say, my child, that doesn't make sense that you feel that way? No, He doesn't. He listens to us. Similarly, as parents, guardians, whomever, we have to take the time to listen to our children, even when we think that what they're saying is insignificant, even when what we think they're saying is they're making a mountain out of it. But still, it is their mountain, and we have to empathize with them and guide them. Remember, we were young too, and the knowledge that we now have today, we didn't have it before, so we need to just exercise patience with them. In the end, I ended up listening to her and giving her advice. It weighed heavily on my mind, and I gave God thanks that I was able to sit through it and listen. Sometimes we pray for patience, and it is not the grandiose things that God uses sometimes to show us patience. Sometimes it's the little people in our life, the babies, Sometimes it's the spouse. Sometimes it's the colleague. Sometimes it's not all about the fighting, the wars, and the, doing like I said, the grandiose things. Sometimes it's those little things that we learn to sit and to listen, to give a listening ear, and to just give off our time and ourselves. So I'm just saying this to say that the little people in your family, the children, they matter. You might not think that what they're saying is significant, but just sit with them, listen to them, and hear them out. Because those little children are going to grow up. And what you want to foster now is a relationship where they know they can come and talk to you about anything. Because oftentimes, we leave our children to talk to friends, and friends are not always the best. Some friends are not always the best. So let us practice to listen to them.